Bonjour, je suis Madame Nash, votre professeure de français, et aujourd'hui nous allons parler de tu et de vous et dans quelle situation nous pouvons les utiliser. So hello everybody, I am Mrs. Nash, a French teacher, and today we are going to talk about formal and informal speech, how to use tu and how to use vous in French. So before we start the lesson, we need to have a look at the personal pronouns. The English personal pronouns in a singular are I, you, he, and she. And in the plural, we, you, and they. Now, you in English can be used when you speak directly to one person. You are Martin. Or if you speak to a group, you are my students. It's only one word, but used in two different situations. The French personal pronouns in the singular are je, tu, il, elle, and in the plural, nous, vous, il, elle. As you can see here, we have two words to say you. We have tu when we speak directly to one person, tu es Martin, and we have vous when we speak to a group of people. Vous êtes mes élèves. However, with vous, we can use it in different ways. We can use it when we're speaking to a group. You are my students. Vous êtes mes élèves. But we can also use vous when we are using formal speech in formal situations, such as speaking to a teacher, a boss, during a business meeting, an elderly person we don't really know, a neighbor we don't really know, someone that we would be calling Madame and Monsieur. In Australia, even if you don't know the people you are meeting, the first thing they ask is for your first name. In France, when you don't know those people very well and they're not your age, you are to call them Madame or Monsieur, followed by their surname. Madame Nash, Monsieur Nash, Madame Raymond, Monsieur Raymond, etc. So when you are talking to more than one person, you always use vous. Vous is the plural. So if I talk to you, my class, I will say, you are my students. Vous êtes mes élèves. You are great. Vous êtes super. When you are talking to one person, you can either use tu or vous, depending of the context. Depending if the context is informal or formal. It is always important to pick the right word because it says something about the relationship you have with this person. Vous is a more formal form of address when speaking to one person. You use it with someone you don't know well. So it can be a new neighbor that just arrived in your neighborhood. So here in Australia, you will introduce yourself with your first name, but in France, you will introduce yourself as being Madame Nash, for example. And then the person will tell you, oh, my name is Madame Martin, for example. So until you become friends, this is how you're going to talk to one another using Madame or Monsieur and using the formal speech with vous. You use it with someone well older than you, who you don't know well, so an elderly person, someone you would call Madame or Monsieur, and someone in a formal situation. If it's someone older than you, but someone who is part of your family, it's fine. You don't have to use the formal speech, okay? Because it's a person, this person is part of your family, so you can use tu. It's completely fine. With your grandparents or elderly uncles or aunties, it's okay to use tu. Tu is a more informal, more familiar form of address. You can use it with a friend, with all your family members, including your grandparents or elderly aunties and uncles, with someone around your age or younger. You can also use tu with friends of the family. But if you are not sure, use vous, especially with elderly people you don't know well or don't know at all, and who are not part of your family. So if you go to a shop and it's an elderly person, you will call this person Madame or Monsieur, and then you will use vous. But with your friends and your family and your pets, you will always use tu. So think, réfléchissez. Think of situations in which you would use tu or vous. Well done, guys. Très bien. Yes, you can use tu when you are greeting a friend. You can also use tu when speaking to your grandmother on the phone, for example. You can use tu when you speak to your pet. You can use vous during a business meeting. You can use vous with your principal or your teacher. You can use vous with a neighbor you call Madame or Monsieur, a neighbor that is not a friend and you don't know very well. And you can use vous when you speak to a group of people. Like if I speak to my class, you are great. Vous êtes super. Well done, guys. Très bien. So I would like to thank you for your attention, and I will see you next time in class. And in the meantime, you can have a look at all the videos I have made. C'est très bien. Merci beaucoup. Au revoir et à bientôt.